Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys again for having us out here. Let's meet our panel. We've got a great panel for you today. We'll get it started with the guy here on the left, Reds manager David Bell. We've got one of our fine Reds executives with us, assistant general manager Jeff Groppe. And we are very fortunate to have some great young players with us that have very, very, very bright futures. We begin with this next guy. He's a right-hander. He was a supplemental first-round pick last year out of LSU. Currently the 12th best prospect in the Reds organization, Ty Floyd. Next to him, our first-round pick from last year. He was drafted 7th overall. Currently the Reds' number 2 prospect, according to the good folks at Baseball America. He will be with us in big league camp this spring. Please welcome Rhett Lauder. As you may know, the Reds were wanting to add a veteran pitcher to their rotation. They went out in the free agent market, spent some money, and got this guy. Frankie Montas is with us today. I mentioned him once already, but Sam LeCure, who currently you can see on the Reds pre and post on TV, also does some radio work and a fine career with the Reds, helping with the playoffs. Again, Sam LeCure. This guy feels like he's been in the organization his entire life, parts of 11 seasons in the big leagues, not just with the Reds, but also stints with the Twins, the Red Sox, the Braves, and the White Sox, if I'm not mistaken. Please welcome Corky Miller. All right, thank you guys again. We'll go ahead and we'll do a little Q&A, and then we'll open it up for you guys to come up on the left side of the stage here, and then we'll go through and do autographs. But we'll start with a Q&A, so I'll run around with the microphone. If you've got questions, put your hands up, and we'll get the questions started. So go ahead and fire away. Or I'll ask the questions, but I do that all year, so you guys probably get tired of my question. All right, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Dina Clark, and I'm from Marietta, and can I have a job, please?
Sure. What can you do?
Assistant manager.
We don't have that, but we can figure it out.
Maybe you looking for a new bench coach by chance? Freddie's still around, right? Assistant to the assistant.
Absolutely. I can't. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
How's your in-game strategy? Is your in-game strategy pretty good?
It's exactly like David Bell's.
All right. There you go. You guys would be in lockstep. Very good. All right. What's your question?
Hi. It's just more. It doesn't much. Empowered. It work done. An hour and a half. Do it.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Very good.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Sam, Frankie, who are the toughest hitters you ever faced?
Ever made a toughest hitter? Well, in the business, everybody's tough because everybody's just trying to hit the ball. I don't think it's hitters that I consider tough. I go out there and I try to do my best, no matter who's stepping on the box.
Did you face Ohtani?
Yes, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He's hard.
He's probably a pretty good one. He take you deep?
You're right. He's tough.
He take you deep?
Yeah. Do I have to say that?
I was the one I always asked. I got to face like a Pujols and Andrew McCutcheons and all these guys. The guy that I say was the toughest was in 2012. Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown. So he was obviously a Hall of Famer. Was having locked in on his career and doing the best that he could that year. So got to face him once. So I would say him.
All right. Fire away.
Hi, Dave Hilliard from New Concord, and I'll get right to the question for David Bell. So, relatively still a young team, and a lot of roles probably got defined over last season. But what are you looking to try to do in spring training to try to get things, into ready for the season and a solid lineup? What's your focus in spring training?
Really do what we did last year. The team really took to the approach of,
You know, we came into spring training knowing we had to get better every single day. And right from day one, this team worked really hard. They stayed together and knew that, you know, that constant improvement was really a key to our success. And, you know, it led to playing hard, and the team came together. So really just trying to stay true to all of that and realizing that we have to continue to get better this year. You know, a lot of things went well last year, but we just have to keep getting better. But there's no group of players that I would rather go into a season with than the group that we have. It's a young team, but really great character, hard workers, and they have a lot of fun playing together. So it's fun to be around this team. It makes our job every day as a staff just really enjoyable. So looking forward to a few weeks from now being all back together.
All right, back here on your right.
What's your guys' favorite seed flavor?
The hard-hitting questions.
I like Parmesan pepper from Chin Hook.
I don't really eat sunflower seeds, so I couldn't tell you that.
I like jalapeno ranch.
I was a Frito-Lay barbecue guy. Real specific. You chew a lot of seeds.
All right, next question. We got a couple over here. All right, fire away.
I am James from New Concord, Ohio, and Muskingum University. I have a question for David Bell. So with all of the new acquisitions this offseason and all of the young pieces, how will we work to make the best lineup possible to win games in 2024?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, going into this season, we have a lot of really good players. We added players this offseason. They're young players. They need to play, you know, to continue to improve. So one thing that really helps my job be a little bit easier is that every single one of our players will, you know, is very focused on winning and doing whatever it takes to win. So we have players that are, you know, willing to move around. Like Spencer Steer actually enjoyed moving around, playing different positions, and so that makes it a little bit easier. But we do have a lot of players that need to play. So every single night we have a conversation after the game. You know, I'll talk with the coaches, and it's always a tough decision who plays the next day. But you know, and that's only going to increase this year. So just looking forward to taking everything we built last year and continuing to move forward going into spring training.
All right, this young man over here on your left.
Hi, I'm Simon from Cambridge, Ohio, and I want to know every player's favorite baseball person.
Favorite player?
I grew up watching the Braves, so my favorite baseball player was Chipper Jones.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I really liked David Ortiz.
Mine was Pedro Martinez.
I liked Greg Maddux and Corky Miller.
And I like L.A. De La Cruz and Matt McClain.
All right. Very good. Up here on the left in the front.
Out of all you pitchers up there, who throws the hardest?
Oh, Frankie for sure.
He's a lot older than us too, though.
They just had to do that to you, didn't they? That's rough. Over here? Go to the middle.
Question for Jeff and or David. I don't think it's any big secret that, you know, this off season, you know, like you've alluded to earlier, was full of acquisitions and, you know, trades and releases and whatever. I think we're all kind of wondering, you know, is there still a possibility that Jonathan India could be traded? And if not, does he still, obviously he will still fit into the everyday play, but is he going to be a lock at second base, or what's kind of the status on the India situation?
Yeah, I mean, he's very much a part of this team as we stand today. And like what he brings on the field, what he brings off the field, I mean, it is very, very valued by us. At this point, like what David said, we're trying to be very multiple. We're trying to have guys play all over. Jonathan's bought into that. He's one of the guys that has really instilled a team over self attitude for the whole roster. And at this point, he's just too critical to what we're doing.
David, anything to add?
I don't think so. I think that was well said. And the only other part to Jonathan that is really important about like who he is he loves to play. I mean, all our players do, but when he doesn't play, it's not acceptable to him. But he handles it extremely professionally. So he knows that if he can play another position, it's only going to increase his value and only going to increase his playing time and just keeps him on the field, and that's really his main focus.
All right, very good. Up here on the right.
Yeah, Bruce Wanderley from Marietta, Ohio. David, I watched nearly every game last year, and to me, McLean is definitely the best shortstop you have. What are the chances that we see Ellie play center field this coming season? And Rhett, what is the chances we see you on the field this season?
So thank you for watching every one of our games. That's great. We really appreciate that. And you sound like you know what you're talking about. So Matt McLean is a really good young player, exciting player. We're excited about Matt in every way. He's an outstanding second baseman. You're right. He played very solid at shortstop this year. Currently, there's not any plans to move Ellie to the outfield. We also believe in Ellie completely. He can probably play every position on the field and play it well. We have to remember that Ellie is also, in his first few months as a major league player. So for what he did last year and how he handled it and everything that he was able to accomplish with everything coming at him is beyond impressive. So he's going to continue to get better in every area of the game as well. So we're, right now going into spring training, Ellie's going to be playing a lot of shortstop. Noelvi's going to be playing a lot of third. Matt will be playing a lot of second base. We're also going to get him time at short. So we'll be prepared for whatever comes our way.
And for me, I guess, I don't know, I'm just excited to head to spring training. Get back on the field and just meet new guys, and wherever I end up, and I'm just excited to be back on the mound here soon.
All right, here on the right side.
Hi, my name is Bill Tilley from Zanesville, Ohio, and been a Reds fan for a long time now, watch a lot of games, listen to a lot. One thing I've noticed is it seems like the Reds in particular, and I guess this question is more for David, you have a lot of games that seem to be decided one way or another by one-run games. The Reds play incredibly close, which is nail-biting and great. Do you ever see that pattern in play over the years, and do you use that as any kind of motivational factor for the team to say, either look how close we are, we're this close to pushing it one way or the other, and to kind of just use that as something to push the team into a better position?
It's a great observation. It feels like we're always playing close games. Like one play is going to make the difference. And as a baseball player, especially being at the major league level, that one play, one pitch in every game can be all the difference. So we actually did talk about that quite a bit going into last season, and how we have to fight for every inch is kind of how we put it. You get out of the box a little bit quicker, you get a little bit better lead, you go first to third. Those are going to be the difference makers, and our players really did a great job of embracing that and working at it and fighting for every inch on the field. And I do think it led to a lot of the wins in the close games.
We've got time for another question or two. Go right up here.
Dave Davidson, New Concord. What's the, for David or Jeff, or maybe even Corky, but what does the starting rotation realistically look like for 24?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the situation we're in with our starting pitching, and it's a great one. I mean, we have a lot of young talent that creates depth. I mean, we can only have, likely 5 starters at the major league level, which means, we're going to have a really solid rotation in AAA made up of all young starting prospects. So it's a great situation to be in, like was already mentioned, like to be able to add Frankie to the mix, someone that has had success, has a track record of being able to get through an entire major league season healthy. It's very important for us on the field, but also just like that example and that know-how is going to be really valuable to the rest of our pitchers. So, we went into last spring training really excited about Hunter and Graham and Nick Lodolo. Those 3 guys, the key for them is being able to stay healthy through the whole year, and they're still very early in their career, very normal what they're going through, but they're working really hard to be prepared, to go all the way through October this season. So we're in good shape. It hasn't been decided on or defined yet, but we have great options.
And our last question right over here.
Can I add one thing on that? Just the average team used 9 to 10 starting pitchers throughout the season. And while it's really easy right now to get focused on opening day, and that roster is a snapshot of what we're going to use. So, I think building up depth to where come April 15th, June 15th, August 15th, we have good players, that's been the key to the offseason for us.
Yeah, Stan from Caldwell. Kind of a front office thing, and Sam works for Bally. What's the regional sports network problem looking like? Bally's in bankruptcy, now Amazon's getting involved. You wonder how many games you'll be able to watch. I don't know if anybody here even knows anything about that, but it's bothering to me.
As far as I know, and it's a little bit over my pay grade, just talked to somebody recently who would be in the know. It sounds like for 2024, Bally will be able to make it through the whole year. Now, I don't know how those subscriptions work. I know that's been kind of a pain in the butt for a lot of people to not be able to get at least the pre and post. I never watch the games. I watch them in person or whatever the case may be, so I don't have to worry about that. But it sounds like Bally's going to be able to make it through the year. And then after 2024, the Reds will then look to go to somebody else and get a little bit more active in the streaming, because that's what everybody does now, right? They want people to be able to get it on their phones, more connectivity type deal. So I think it's going to be Bally this year, and then moving forward, they're going to try to get, I bet you're a big cell phone guy, right? I can tell. No, I'm kidding. So they're going to just try to get it to your phone a little bit easier. That's as much as I know.
Plus, we always got Cowboy and the Thrill on the radio.
There you go. You always got that.
That was good, Jeff. Thanks. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your questions. We'll go ahead and get the autographs started. So if you want to line up here on the left side and just kind of make your way through the line, we'll get everything signed, and if you want to take some pictures, meet everybody, come on up, and we'll exit on the right side of the stage here. And oh, by the way, we have Mr. Red with us. I didn't introduce you, Mr. Red, but let's hear it for Mr. Red. He's happy to sign your autographs, too.